guys, it's your girl Elon from Ultimate Glamour. Today I'm about to do a video on high-end versus low-end makeup brands, all on the same face. The high-end makeup cost me 3,025 Ghana cedis, that's approximately $550, and the low-end was 900 Ghana cedis, and that's about $160. So let's just get into the video. I'm going to be using the high-end products on my left and the low-end on my right, but I'll just finish with the high-end one first, which is on the left, and go right into the low-end one, or the more affordable one. So let's just get started. This is my moisturizer from Sephora. I'm going to be using my hand in applying the moisturizer, so just put on my skin. And I've already done my brows, both brows, using the same product, and it's low end. So the primer makes your makeup stay longer and gives your makeup an overall smoother finish. This is my foundation, Fenty Beauty. I use the 420 Real Technique Beauty Blender. See. The thing I like about the Fenty foundation is that it's not so thick, but then it gives a full coverage, and at the same time it's matte. You know, this part of the world we are always having oily problems, so that's how come I chose the Fenty foundation for the high end. I'm going to be using the MAC NC45 for my highlighting. I chose the MAC Studio Fix foundation because it is thick and gives you that full coverage concealer look. So this is what we call baking. I'm coming to bake my face. That's contouring my face with the BH Pro Contour Palette, and I'm going to use the last shade for my contour. I'm using their brush as well. After my contour, the next thing I'm going to use is my blush, and this is also from BH. This BH blush cost 170 Ghana cedis. That side of my face is almost ready. I'm going to apply my eyeshadow. So I'm using the Morphe eyeshadow primer for my left eyelid. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Clear and Smooth powder for both crease in this video because I couldn't find a perfect brown shade in the affordable makeup brand. I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Masquerade palette, and I'm going to be using the shade in Casablanca on my eyelid. The thing I like about gel liners is it's very easy to apply. The next thing I'm going to be applying is my highlighter. This is the Glow Kit Sun Deep from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this actually cost 270 Ghana cedis. My favorite makeup product is highlighters. I love highlighters. I'm going to be using Senna lashes for my left lash. This is UK brand, but then it's a Ghanaian owned brand. These lashes are actually 40 Ghana cedis. And I like the Senna lashes because it has a clear band. You don't see that black band you normally find in most affordable lashes. So I'm going to go over with my Bare Minerals mascara. Okay, so you see my left face is looking all sunshine, no rainbows. The setting spray makes your makeup stay on for long. It gives you that natural finish and then blends like the whole makeup, like it molds it together. So let's just spray. And normally you spray from a distance, don't spray directly onto your face. So this is the Scandinavia setting spray, and this is the bigger bottle. It costs 240 Ghana cedis, but there's the medium as well. I'm going to use the MAC Chestnut lip liner in outlining my left lip. This lip liner is 140 Ghana cedis. My Ruby Wool lipstick is one of the most popular red lipsticks of all time, and I'm going to be using it on my left lip. This is not my real face, so this is my real face. Okay. Right. Mary Kay moisturizer. You should always moisturize your skin before applying makeup. Even if you have an oily skin, there are oil-free moisturizers. This is my primer for the affordable makeup products, Rimmel primer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation for the low-end products, BS Small Beauty Blender. This is the shade 355 Coconut. I like the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation because I feel like it's a good dupe for the Fenty foundation. It's full coverage, a little thicker than Fenty, but it gives you that smooth look. Yeah, so that's why I like the Maybelline Super Stay Foundation, and it's 90 Ghana cedis. I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Concealer in Toffee to do my highlighting for the low end side. I will choose the LA Girl Pro Concealer anytime over the MAC foundation in doing my cream highlight. It's more affordable and then it's so creamy. I'm going to be using the Clean Color Translucent Setting Powder for the low end side. That's the right side. Translucent powders work for every shade, whether you're fair, dark, medium, very light. You can use a translucent powder. Do my contour whilst I allow my setting powder to bake for some time, and I'm going to be using the Sleek Dark Contour Palette to contour for the more affordable side, and I'm going to be using the BS Small brush. So I'll just take in some of the dark shade and go. I'm going to be using the Clean Color Blush Palette for my blush in the low-end makeup brand. So I'm going to use this shade right here. I think it was close to the one I used for the high-end brand. Just going to mix it with this so that it gives me that orange pink effect. Okay, so just a little. Ooh! For my left eye, I'm going to be using the NYX eyeshadow primer for my lid. So even with my tools, I'm using both high-end and low-end tools. I use the BS more brushes for the low end, and then I use the BH brushes and Morphe brushes for the high-end side. I'm going to be using this shade. It looks like the Casablanca in the masquerade palette. That's from Vrs Ghs. So let me just get the golden shade in the clean color eyeshadow and pat it on my lid. Just blend in my baking powder, Vrs Ghs gel liner for my right eye. For my right side, I'm going to be using the Vrs lash palette. And do you know how much it costs? 80 Ghana cedis for all these. This is cool. Also, I'm going to pick a style that looks exactly like the Senna lash. This is the Rosé lash in Amma and it's equally beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Triple Play by Nika K for my right eye. The lash is already done, so I just want to go over. Mascara is one thing you shouldn't spend so much on because mascaras expire quickly. After 4 months, you shouldn't use any mascara after opening again unless you want to damage your eyes. I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Golden Sugar 2 palette for the right side. And I'm using this gold shade right here. I'm a sucker for highlighters, so you know, with highlighters, I can't choose, man, but let's see how that goes. How this goes. Do you see this gold? Oh my god. So for my right side, I'm going to be using the Loretta pencil in color 18 to outline my lip. And I'm going to use the Vrs Ghs lipstick in Relentless. The thing about the Vrs Ghs lipstick is that it is more creamy as compared to the Ruby Woo, but it's not bad at all. It's also nice. So this is it for the low end or a more affordable makeup products, and I'm going to set it with the Mario Badescu setting spray. I got the Mario a little too close to my face, that's why you see it dripping, but don't worry, it will just set by itself. I didn't contour my nose in this video, so just give me a few minutes to contour. In contouring, I'm going to be using the powder in cacao to contour my nose. Okay, so we are done, and I'm going to, did I say we are done? You didn't help me in doing this makeup. I am done, and I'm going to be comparing the products I found similar and the ones that are absolutely different. So let's start with the eyeshadow. I noticed that the high-end eyeshadow, which is the one on my left, the Vrs Ghs eyeshadow palette, is more pigmented as compared to the clean color eyeshadow. Now with the highlighters, this is the glow kit from the Anastasia Beverly Hills. See that glow? And this is the Makeup Revolution Golden Sugar 2 palette. If your village people won't allow you to rest, just use this highlighter and go and visit them. You blind them all. Yeah, so the highlighter, I think I'll go in for the more affordable one, which is the Makeup Revolution Golden Sugar 2. Now, to the baking powder, I use the Sacha Buttercup for my left and the clean color for my right. I prefer the Sacha Buttercup because like the Sacha Buttercup gives my face a more powdery yellow glow as compared to the clean color powder. The clean color powder goes more into my skin and I don't see that setting effect very well as compared to the Sacha. So Sacha wins for this one. So that is it for the differences in the high end and the low end products for the 3 selected items. I'm going to now tell you 3 similarities I found out using this makeup. One is the mascara. The mascara basically look the same. You don't see any difference in the mascara. You can look at my lower lash. It's basically the same. You don't see any difference. Also, for the lip liner, I noticed that using the Loretta pencil to line my lip to give me that dark effect, and the MAC chestnut didn't make any big difference. So that one too depends on you. And one other thing that I was surprised to find out was with the blush. With the blush, it's the same. The colors all came out well. All of them gave like this nice pink effect. So this one too is just a matter of preference. Both the BH and the clean color, the effects are the same. The BH is 170 and the clean color is 70 cd. So you might as well just get the clean color. I'm getting the camera closer to my face so that you appreciate it more and decide for yourself. The left to the right. Yes, I think aside them eyeshadow, that may be a bit more noticeable when you kind of get closer to me. Everything looks much the same. You don't necessarily have to use all high-end products or all low-end products. You can actually mix them. If you find a product that gives you the effect you want and it's more affordable, why not? But I advise that for things like foundations and powders, sometimes you can have both the high end and the low end, so that days you are not really going to any place important, you just put the low end one on, and days like you are going to visit God or places of importance, then you put the high end. That's what I personally do, and yeah, it works for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thumbs up. Thank you. Until I see you again, we are chops and kiss.